This morning at 11:30, schools across the nation are pulling students that are studying abroad in Florence. But here in Kent, students continue. The latest coming up.
Lake effect snow warning is in effect for the snowbows. The snow machine is cranking up. Details straight ahead.
Can the Kent State basketball team go for the sweep on OU tonight? Find out on my TV2 Sports Report.
A Syrian airstrike has killed Turkish soldiers and heightens tensions in the Middle East. We bring you the details on what's next. Good morning. Today is February 28th, and this is your Friday FlashCast. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Baylee Sweitzer.
And I'm Jennifer Lasik.
I think a lot of people felt better after hearing our conversation. You know, a lot of the students afterwards told me that they felt a little more comfortable and calm.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention raised Italy to an alert level 2, urging travelers to practice precaution. Kent State is working with Italian officials to ensure health and safety to over 200 undergraduate students studying abroad in Florence. Italian media reported almost 300 confirmed cases of the upper respiratory virus in Italy. No plans have been confirmed to close the campus and bring the students back to Kent. The coronavirus may arrive to Ohio, and to best prepare, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine said to wash hands often and to take precautions because this virus has similar symptoms to the flu. DeWine is convening a summit next Thursday for city and health commissioners to meet in Columbus to discuss the arrival of the coronavirus. The Ohio governor is asking all universities to urge students to get the flu shots as soon as possible.
Hello all, Portage County in Northeast Ohio. I'm TV weather anchor Odin Amador-Gorby, and today it is going to be a very cold day out there at 19 degrees with cloudy skies and feel like temperatures at 10 thanks to west-southwest winds at 11 miles per hour and visibility is at 6 miles per hour. Please keep in mind that if you are under some of the lake effect snow bands, your visibility will be a little bit lower today. And across Northeast Ohio, you can definitely see it's definitely feeling like summer out, or not summer, winter out there, as we are definitely 22 in Cleveland, 19 in Kent. And as we can look at the radar, we are definitely dealing with snow showers all across Northeast Ohio from coming off the lake. Like Shaker Heights are getting hit, and so is East Cleveland. So definitely please be careful out there as you're out and about. And we are under a lake effect snow warning right now for Mentor, Ashtabula, Geauga, and Cuyahoga counties until Saturday at 6 p.m. So definitely please watch out for snow showers out there. And today at noon, we are going to be definitely dealing with snow with cloudy skies towards your 5 o'clock and your midnight. We'll be dealing with snow showers with temperatures in the 20s. And your 7-day outlook, it is going to be a very interesting one, as we are definitely going to see a warm front coming through after we deal with our snow showers towards your Sunday with highs in the 50s. It'll be a very nice day out there, but then the rain showers will hit towards your Monday and Tuesday as highs head towards the 50s and your 40s. As we check out your Thursday, it is going to be rainy all week long with snow and rain. Please exercise caution while being out there today, as the lake effect snow showers will be hit and miss in areas at times, thus reducing visibilities. Please stay safe out there and have a happy leap year, Portage County.
Thank you, Odin. In attempts to pass Issue 6, Kent City Schools is asking for the community support on March 17th. This $25 million bond will allow the districts to improve safety and security at all buildings, including the instructional environment and performing arts and athletic facilities, without increasing the rates. If the issue is approved, taxpayers' money will go toward the new bond and will continue for a maximum of 30 years. Theodore Roosevelt High School is mourning the loss of senior Ethan Walker, who died Saturday. According to Kent Superintendent George Joseph, the Roosevelt staff learned of Ethan's death late Sunday and Monday morning before students arrived. Counseling services will be available throughout this week. Calling hours will be held on Monday at Bisler and Sons Funeral Home in Kent, and the funeral is this Tuesday. A South Carolina truck driver was sentenced to 30 years in prison Thursday for sexually assaulting a woman on the side of the Ohio Turnpike in Hudson. 33-year-old Anthony Ingram was convicted Thursday of kidnapping by a federal jury in Akron. He claims to be innocent and plans to appeal. Prosecutors say Ingram lured an Alabama woman into his rig in Michigan, promising her a ride to Indiana to retrieve her vehicle, and instead took her toward Maryland.
A bill is making its way through the Ohio State House, which can add more flights and improve its surrounding infrastructure for the Akron-Canton Airport. An economic development tool was proposed by legislators that will allow several Ohio airports to create a district where fees are collected and the money will go to be used to be paid for projects and attract and retain airlines. Once the Board of Trustees passed a resolution to establish an airport development district, a plan will operate on how the funds will be spent. Officials say a man is in critical condition after being stabbed by his girlfriend. 36-year-old Malika Belfield was arrested Wednesday night after police found her 42-year-old boyfriend with the stab wound to the chest. Belfield admitted she stabbed him during an argument. She is being charged with felonious assault and domestic violence, and he is now in Summit County Jail.
Akron police have arrested a man Thursday for firing a gun outside of a bedroom window, striking a nearby apartment. Police responded to the apartment on Kimlin Circle where no injuries were reported. Police developed information that led them to the apartment of 22-year-old Travis Proctor. Proctor is being charged with improperly discharging a firearm and tampering with evidence. He is now in Summit County Jail. The man accused of stalking the Alpha Phi and Delta Gamma sorority houses at Kent State is now being electronically monitored. 44-year-old Stephen Franzreb was charged with 2 counts of menacing by stalking and 2 counts of public indecency. The modified bond set on Tuesday means he is no longer on house arrest and is not allowed to leave to have contact with any of the sorority girls or their houses. His next court date is April 29th and the jury trial is set on May 12th. A historic fall in the stock market have economists around the world in a panic. How the coronavirus is fueling this downward spiral ahead.
All roads lead to Akron for championship weekend. Can Gabby, Baylee, and company get it done for the team? Find out on my sports report coming up next.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
After 20 years of war, this weekend may finally bring peace in Afghanistan. A peace deal between the U.S. and the Taliban is expected to be signed, and the partial ceasefire that was set as a precondition continues to hold. The agreement set to be signed on Saturday would formally begin the end of the United States' longest war. It will lay a conditional timeline for the remaining 12,000 troops to withdraw from Afghanistan.
The administration has no plan to deal with the coronavirus, no plan, and seemingly no urgency to develop one. Even now, after the virus has already become a worldwide health crisis with rapidly growing economic risk, the Trump administration is scrambling to respond. 4 words describe the administration's response to the coronavirus.
The coronavirus is now becoming an economic crisis. Stock markets in Asia and Europe have fallen for the 7th consecutive day, and the U.S. stock market is expected to have another steep decline after major sell-offs. The sell-offs are fueled mostly by worries that measures to contain the virus would hamper corporate profits and economic growth.
There's a deadline set by our president, giving all the military and humanitarian considerations on the ground. On the ground, we are increasing our military presence to make sure that our soldiers and the civilians are protected. But also, we are talking to the Russians on the diplomacy end of things. We've had the exchange of a number of delegations, and the Russian delegation will be coming to Ankara this week. Again, we're hoping to reach an agreement there, and the deadline remains valid. And this is something that we've made very clear to the Russians as well as to the Iranians, and through them to the regime, that if they continue these attacks, there will be military response.
The Syrian government airstrikes killed 33 Turkish troops, creating tension between Ankara and Moscow. This was the highest number of Turkish soldiers killed in a single day since the Syrian conflict in 2016. In result to the attack, presidents of Turkey and Russia spoke over the phone the day after. Turkey said they are no longer to be able to hold refugees and has long threatened to open the gates for millions of refugees to those wanting to flee to Europe unless international support was provided. A USA Today report showed that an accredited college allegedly had no faculty or students. An investigation was launched by the U.S. Department of Education in response to these allegations. Reagan National University was approved by the Accrediting Council for Independent Colleges and Schools, but has a history of approving other for-profit universities that suddenly closed. After reporters asked Reagan National University questions, they withdrew from the accreditation.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
And welcome to the TV2 Sports Report. I am Austin Arnold. Kent State men's basketball team will be on the road tonight, and they will head to Athens to take on the Ohio Bobcats. Kent State dominated in the first matchup between these teams at home 2 weeks ago by a final score of 87-72, and they're looking to lock up a sweep for the Bobcats for the second year in a row. Kent State has also won 2 of their last 6 games and are looking to just start a 2-game win streak tonight as they won on Tuesday against Miami 74-61. Game time's at 6:30 and will be nationally televised on CBS Sports Network. Kent State is looking to sprint past the rest of the MAC in the MAC championships today at Akron. Kent State has 4 athletes already qualified for the national championship, with one of them being star thrower Gabby Baylee. Baylee is looking to head back to the big stage as she has some unfinished business after getting 6th last year. The action already started today for day 1 a half hour ago. The lacrosse team for Kent State is at home. They're at home today. It's the home opener, Butler University. They will be playing them today as they were 0-3 on the year for Kent State. Their last game against St. Bonaventure was a loss, 15-7. But they're hoping to bounce back today after their loss to Central Michigan, and just trying to improve to 3-1 on the year. Game time is at 3 p.m. at Dick's Stadium. The Kent State baseball team had a great showing against Florida Gulf Coast last weekend by winning the series, and will now look to continue right down the Success Boulevard this weekend as they square up against Winthrop University. Winthrop University, coming into this series, is unscathed. They haven't even lost a game yet for their 2020 campaign, with them most recently winning against Davidson College on Wednesday. They will have the series opener to start at 4 p.m. today. And the Kent State softball team has been very good this year, and they're looking to improve their record to 9-3, as they have 2 games today. One against number 9 ranked Florida State, and the other against number 22 ranked Arkansas. Both of these teams are looking to just try and beat up on Kent State today. This will be in Fayetteville, Arkansas today for the Woo Pig Classic. And all week long, games start at 1:15 and 8 p.m. as well for the Flashes. That's all I have for sports. I will be in Athens tonight with live coverage of the game. Make sure you follow TV2 KSU Sports for live updates for the game tonight. And I'm Austin Arnold.
Thank you, Austin, and thank you for tuning in today. We'll see you next week. I'm Baylee Sweitzer.
And I'm Jennifer Lasik. Have a great weekend, Portage County.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. How could you not love him?
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.